it's not many pro sports where you'd be able to have a can of Coke after a race, but it would have been pretty hard work out there and pretty energy sapping. Can you talk us through the race from your perspective?
Yeah, it was a pretty brutal ride out there. Of course, you got the heat, but it was pretty rolling terrain as well. We only had Deborah Payne from New Zealand for company in the break. I just followed her up the climb first lap, and I didn't realise we got a gap straight away, and then my team just said to ride it because we had 3 climbers. The idea was for 3 riders to be attentive at the front, cover moves, and then our 3 climbers just get a pretty cruisy day in the bunch, and I think we definitely caught some teams off guard. I know Mitchelton, Scott and Trek had to chase pretty hard during the race. The gap kept blowing out and then coming back, blowing out. So yeah, I mean, I was hopeful that we'd get to the bottom of the climb. The longer I stayed out the front, the more it helped my teammates, and UniSA finished with 3 riders in the top 10, so it's just a brilliant result. I think we took teams classification as well, so yeah, it's a great result for the team.
Were you surprised at how quickly it actually took for you to get reeled in? It was a small gap by the end, but one that the pair of you managed to hold out to, as you say, the bottom of the climb. Yeah,
well, Deborah's a climber and I'm more of a sprinter pursuiter, so she was going tempo up the climbs and I was driving it down the descents. I took the sprint points and she took the QOM points, so we shared it around a little bit, and I think, both be able to showcase some of our talents, but while looking after our teammates who are having a cruisy ride. I assume back in the bunch. I know it would have been brutal out there with the conditions regardless, but yeah, it was a pretty hard day out there.
And for you, on a personal note, this event is going particularly different to the last time you were here. Can you just talk from that perspective, and particularly the reward of no doubt getting through this stage, having put in such a long gutsy performance on the road in a duo?
Yeah, last year, about 50 k's into stage 1, I had a pretty hard crash, fell on my head and scraped half my face off. I had a concussion, and that was in the lead up to the Commonwealth Games when I was trying to qualify for the track. So yeah, it was not the best tour for me last year, and definitely this year I've just tried to be safe. The safest spot is out the front of the race rather than being in amongst the bunch. So I enjoyed being out in a breakaway. I'm glad I had company out there. It was never my intention. I'd hoped that one of my teammates might be there, but I was happy to play my role for the team. It'll be someone else's turn tomorrow to showcase the UniSA jersey.
And speaking of the UniSA jersey and the teams class, obviously it's back up the front again. It's something that UniSA tends to do in both the men's and women's races here. The strategy going into tomorrow, it's a slightly different stage to this. It's a bit of climbing all throughout the day.
Yeah, the team just said that I get a recovery day tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to cruise in the bunch tomorrow. But yeah, UniSA traditionally has been super aggressive, showcasing each of the riders, but also rewarding the sponsorship of UniSA and the Australian national team. It's an incredible honour to be in the green and gold, and as I said, traditionally they're out the front in breakaways, riding hard, being aggressive, and we wanted to do the same thing today. So yeah, I'm really pleased that I was able to get in the break, that we were able to survive so long because it helped my team out. And yeah, teams classification was something we discussed last night, trying to set it up today. We had, as I said, 3 climbers. They all finished top 10, so hopefully we can hold that to the finish.
Thanks for speaking to us.
Great, thanks for the support.